Tonight in our special series, The Vanished, the truth, the tragic hidden truth of some Native American boarding schools right here in the U.S. Antonia Hilton has the story.
When Yvonne Walker Keshick steps foot on what was once Holy Childhood of Jesus boarding school in Harbor Springs, painful memories come flooding back.
Everything that was Native American, they tried to destroy.
Yvonne was one of thousands of Native American kids, many of them Odawa children, sent to this Catholic boarding school between 1829 and 1983. Students couldn't speak their language or hold on to their traditions.
Every time they beat me up, it got harder and harder to learn. She would grab me by my hair and use me for an eraser, drag me back and forth across the blackboard, till she erased the numbers.
In the 19th and 20th centuries, the United States funded more than 350 boarding schools with the goal of assimilating and separating the tribes. Holy Childhood was one of the longest running. Students often describe themselves as survivors of physical and even sexual abuse. Then, a terrifying discovery. More than 1,000 bodies found in mass graves at similar schools in Canada. In June, the U.S. government announced a national investigation. Eric Hemingway is the archivist for the Little Traverse Bay bands of Odawa Indians. He has been uncovering school records and artifacts for decades.
This one.
A 4-year-old?
4-year-old.
To what extent do you think the federal government was successful in its mission?
It was successful in that many of us don't speak our native language. But in a sense, they're not successful because I'm striving to learn that. Those elements of us as Anishinaabe are still out there. The language, the customs, the traditions.
Holy Childhood has not responded to requests for comment. Fred Kiogma is Marine Corps veteran, and he says memories from Holy Childhood still haunt him. Getting locked in a freezing closet, the racist remarks. A nun once forced him to eat vomit in front of his brother.
That was 55, 57 years ago. And I can remember the expressions, his tone, and how small I felt.
Survivors say the first step of healing is acknowledgement.
What do you think we're going to find out in this investigation, the federal investigation?
I would hope that they find the truth, but you gotta admit that it happened. And that's what I think people are so afraid of, because it tarnishes them. It tarnishes their religion, it tarnishes their town, their school, or whatever. But it shouldn't be that way.
Antonia Hilton, NBC News, Harbor Springs, Michigan.
That is NBC Nightly News on a Sunday. I'm Kate Snow. For all of us here at NBC News, have a great night.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.